Are you interested in seeing a garden that is full and luscious, but that was created on the cheap? Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and I am in southeastern North Carolina. Gardening this way isn't fast, but if your priority is saving money, then these tips can get you the kind of garden that you're looking for a lot less. Some people are uncomfortable talking about money, but in this case, I love it because it makes me feel proud. I get to see what I have created and all the while saving money doing it. We're going to dive into my secret garden at a time when it was really flourishing so you can see what I was able to create from scratch, all practically for free. And while I will focus on 3 main ways that I did that, at the end of the video, I will talk about other ways that we can also create more bigger, luscious gardens with additional money-saving tips. So we'll focus on 3, but we're going to talk about a lot more. And the techniques or ideas that I want to share today or reiterate today are propagating or dividing our own plants, garden sharing with maybe friends or neighbors or anybody that's willing to give you any kind of free plants, or buying things on sale or clearance. That's what I want to discuss today. So not just all the ways that you could do it, but how I did it largely with those 3 money-saving tips. Let me show you how I start off this garden. Right here is the Dragon's Breath Celosia. These were actually volunteer seedlings. I had this plant in my garden one time. It left behind seed remnants that you can just tell were this because they start out looking this magenta color. So I guess technically that would be a propagation, even though I didn't mean to do it. So this is a propagation. This right here is a Canna Lily with darkly colored foliage that you can kind of barely see behind the Celosia. That was a garden share item. Someone gave that to me for free. And these elephant ears, they suffered a little bit from recent wind and a recent storm. But these elephant ears, and I will show you more of them, were also given to me. These were by a neighbor. This was by my mom. Now, people will respond so well to garden sharing. If you have something that maybe you grow in abundance or you don't want in your garden anymore and they can use it, they will then do the same. So definitely talk to people and see if they will garden share with you. This one right here was yet another one. This is a perennial hibiscus that was also from my mom. Yes, my mom is a very good source for me. And so she was able to divide up her perennial hibiscus and give me part of it. And then it has flourished in my poolside gardens. So this whole secret garden idea was kind of a go big or go home idea. I wanted to take a piece of land on my property that was not being utilized at all and just kind of have fun with it. First things first, clearance items for my pathways. These rocks right here, I got them all. This is bagged stone that was 50% off because it was the open bag clearance type of situation. So a lot of times you go to the garden centers and you see these bags of rocks spilling all over the place. It's messy for the garden centers and messy for us to take home in our vehicles. They often rebag these items at 50% off. I took advantage of that, and every time I went back to the garden center, I would just keep looking for the same stone that I wanted to compile here for my project, and over time, I found everything that I needed. So that is that stone right there. Then, in keeping with talking about like the walkway area, is my blue wooden boardwalk. Now, I've shown this a million times. I love it. It was one of my most favorite projects. And this is all just pallet wood. It is wood that I cut to a certain size. I stained it using a stain that I had from another project. All of this wood was free, labor intensive, but free. As you look in this area all around me, It is luscious and plentiful. I have large plants. I have seemingly a lot of things in here. Well, I will tell you that almost all of this, and as we go through, I'll point it all out, were divisions from plants already on my property. For example, just starting right here in the front, the Bengal Tiger Canna Lily with the gorgeous variegated foliage and the yellow blooms or the orange blooms on it. I started with 2 Bengal Tiger plants, 2 only. Over time, they began to grow more out of their rhizome roots, which I just divided up and put into a different pot or separated into a different part of the yard. My banana trees, same situation. I started with 2 banana trees, 2, and they probably cost maybe $15 each at the time, something like that. They grow so well in my climate that they just keep popping up with new babies, and I kept digging them up and dividing them up. Certainly we can see something like this elephant ear, which is huge. So, you know, wouldn't it be lovely if you can garden share with people that can give you a plant that is impactful, like something like this. Now, the friend that I got my elephant ears from, these are jumbo style, so they're meant to get very large. I think she had just bought a couple of very small plants, but they just grow and multiply and all of that prolifically, so it was an easy thing for her to be able to share them. So that's something that I absolutely love. I want to show you something else that's hiding right here. So since I was just talking about the elephant ears as a garden share item, this green yucca, which is large and also produces pups that can be divided again and again, this was given to me by somebody. I have other style yuccas in my yard which create pups as well, and I've given those away, but this particular style of plain green yucca I did not have before. So again, that was just a free item given to me. These caladiums, which are gorgeous and stunning, and I have no regrets having them in my garden. They were not given to me, but I did buy them on sale. So again, sale and clearance items, that is one of the main ways that this entire garden came together. I have to say that buying items on sale or clearance is not for the faint of heart. Sometimes you just want to get the job done. Put your whole garden together and see results quite quickly. If you're buying things on sale, that's not the way it's gonna work. You're waiting for things to go on sale. Like I said with the bagged stone, I had to check with the garden center every single time I went to see if they had more bags for me. So if you're ready to jump on a project, this is not the ideal situation for you trying to do it on a budget. But if over time you can gather these items that again are given or are on sale, or you're dividing up because your stuff has gotten so dang big on your own property, then this is a fabulous way to do it. Another point I want to make when you're trying to save money and yet grow your landscape is you can't be picky. You kind of have to take what you can get. If people are willing to give you free items or sale items or whatever, you can't be picky. So yes, you may see a lot of the same things over and over as I show you my secret garden, but I'm fine with it because this area literally did not exist. I've made an amazing space that I absolutely adore, my favorite project of this entire year. I'm fine with the fact that you can see even more of the Bengal Tiger Canna Lilies in a grouping behind me, or more of the bagged clearance stone in front of me, because that is what it's all about, finding the best deal and making it work for you. Now these caladiums, same deal. They were part of just a regular nursery sale. The caladiums went on sale. I saw that in the flyer. Boom, I went and snatched up 6 plants. That's how that happened. The lemon coral sedum here in the front, I have some poofs of it here. I have it in a bunch of places in my yard because it grows very easily. My snake plant, same sort of deal. Now I didn't even have experience with the snake plant originally when I bought my very first parent plant. I think I paid $40 for a plant that was probably triple the size of this one that you see right here. But oh my gosh, that $40 keeps giving and giving and giving and giving, because the snake plant also keeps dividing or keeps popping up with new pieces, and I am dividing that up. So I have it in the ground in some spots. I have it in a million pots. I still have some hiding in my bathtub. I have a garden tub where I've propagated plants, and I meant to like get them all gone, give them away and everything, but I kind of ran out of people to give things to temporarily, and so they're still sitting there waiting. I have blanket flowers over here. If you've heard me talk about blanket flowers once, you've heard it a million times, and here we go again. Blanket flowers, for me, prolific spreaders. They get the seed pods on them that just kind of blow off in the wind and land everywhere, reseed and sprout up a new plant. So again, even though largely my tips here are going to be about the sale and the clearance and the garden share and propagating, other tips include overwintering things so you get to enjoy them year after year. For example, like this Diplodenia. I can overwinter Diplodenia. You can too, right inside your house. You don't need a greenhouse to be able to do it. I also DIY things like garden decor that I have. I make things, I paint things, whatever is possible. I look around for things that can be added into my garden to make my garden feel full and have lots of different things to look at. So considering the fact that this small space had absolutely no plantings in it and didn't exist as a garden at all, like I said before, if I can do it, you can do it too. Just look around and you'll see there are a million opportunities and possibilities to add to your garden. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any specific questions about something that I've done, please ask, because I'm happy to share. And until next time, happy planting.